Howdy ho, neighbors. East Akron back again. Back in the interrogation room, as you can see, to offer my words of wisdom, such as they are, which don't amount to much, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But if you've been watching at all, I think you already know this to be pretty much the way to do things when you approach my stuff. So there you go, take it or leave it. Perhaps you guys can help me out on this. I posted a video some months ago when I first got on YouTube, at least in terms of actually contributing something to it as opposed to just being a mindless consumer, a theme I come back to once in a while. You'll find if you watch my posts with any regularity. But some time ago I had expressed in an earlier post that I'm pretty unhappy with the setup of our, I guess you could say, our, here in the United States, that being here, our, I guess for lack of a better phrase, our political makeup, or I guess really the way we go about the political process. There I said it. Finally got my brain working. It's late, so I gotta be quiet here, just in case anybody wonders why my videos are so boring. The disclaimer is here, basically. It's late, and I'm trying to be courteous to the other people in the house, and not get in a ranting and raving mode, and wake up people. So, anyway. But I'm pretty boring anyway, so... and there's no irony in that at all. None whatsoever, no. Anyway, my unhappiness with the political process. Yes, we all know it's all about the money, you know, and anybody who doesn't buy into that is naive or a fool, and I know you're not all fools, so come on, let's get with it. I bring this all up, I mean, we're getting back into the political season again, nationally that is. I mean, got the primaries coming up pretty soon here in the U.S. presidential election. You know, we got a whole field of candidates from the big names like Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, John Edwards on the Democratic side, as well as a few has-beens and never-wers like Dennis Kucinich, who's from my part of the country here. I mean, Dennis, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but I don't know. He's a long shot, to say the least. And there's a few of those over on the Republican side. And of course, the big shots there: Rudy Giuliani, John McCain, you name it. But that's not really what I'm here to talk about. I hate to harp on this, but I guess maybe just a slightly different path I'm taking on my earlier post, and I guess I'm looking for some ideas here. My unhappiness with the political process. It's not just the money thing. It's not just the negative television ads and radio ads that you hear out there, which supposedly work, even though it seems like most of the people you ever hear from anyway that are polled seem to really dislike them. So I don't know what's there to believe as far as those particular ads' effectiveness or lack thereof. I don't know. You tell me. But that's not really what I want advice on. I want to believe that there are legislators out there, that are candidates out there running for office. And I'm not just talking about for president, but for Congress, for U.S. Senate, that sort of stuff. I want to believe that there are guys and gals, because we got a few of them running for office these days, and that's cool. I want to believe that they've got our best interest at heart. And I'd like to think that most of them do, but it seems like if you're going to be a high-profile candidate, whether it be Hillary Clinton, you know, legislator, whatever you want to call it, if it's Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama or any of these guys that are running for big office, it's almost like as though everything has to be calculated just for maximum efficiency. Nothing can be left to chance in terms of backing a particular cause or belief or anything. It's all about what's that going to mean in terms of what I get at the ballot box. And I mean, you know, obviously I understand they're running a campaign. They want to be as efficient as they can be. I mean, they want to try to target the people they figure are going to vote for them. I mean, it's just like any kind of business, really. And let's face it, I mean, politics is a business as much as it is about ideas or beliefs, ideals. So I understand that. I guess my problem is I feel like I'm too much of a cynic, at too young of an age. When I was in high school, even then I saw, or so I believed, at least, that I was seeing examples of corruption in public office on a national level. And this has been some years ago, so and I suppose I've seen even greater examples of that in recent years, and you can just take your pick from either party. It seems like, corruption knows no bounds in terms of political offices or parties. I mean, let's face it, it happens, and hey, I'm not saying it's a good thing, it's obviously not, but maybe I'm just too jaded for my own good. But I want to believe that there are people out there that really give a damn, to put it frankly, about what's going on in the world, and that they're going to make some changes to make better things happen, whatever those things are, whether we're talking about the environment or the war in Iraq, whether they want it to end or they have a better strategy to help us achieve some margin of victory, whatever that is. I don't know. Whatever issues we're talking about, healthcare here in the United States, that's obviously a big issue, again, as always. Are we going to solve any of those issues? Well, not overnight. Is it going to happen in 5 or 10 years? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe. Guess it depends on who's got the ideas and who's got the power and who's got the influence in Congress and the Senate, whatever. I guess my question is, I need some help here. How do I become less of a cynic? After all the corruption, all the scandals, all the lies, and I'm not just talking about George Bush, I'm talking about everybody that's been in high-profile public offices at the local, state, and national levels that gotten themselves in trouble with the law for one thing or another, whether it's embezzlement or kickbacks to their cronies or whatever, you name it. How do I get around that? How do I get back to where I'd like to be in terms of actually believing that there are some good people out there? And I'm sure there are. It's just how do I get past this negative image that I have, the cynicism I have in my mind about American politics? How do I get into it and with a clear head, but at the same time not come across as being a Kool-Aid drinker, to use the Jim Jones era term there? So how do I become a believer? I need some help here. Tell me, how do I become a believer? How do I believe in the American political process? And is it possible? If not, tell me why. But if there is a way, I'd love to know. So help me out. All right? Thanks, neighbors. Bye.